Further.
No! No! Control yourself. Get a hold of yourself.
Can I get a hold of yourself?
No.
Why does it smell like blueberry or something? Like fake blueberry.
Fake blueberry.
I don't know.
You smell like tart or something.
Well, it's probably a number of things. It might be that rotten apple I threw away that was sitting on your counter for the better part of a week. It sounds like.
No, it's one of these.
Wow. Yeah, we are a couple feet away from the spot still festering on the counter of rotten apple. So
Cody!
probably not gonna have great. What are you doing?
Cheater!
This is some bullshit.
Well.
It is not the bourbon that you're smelling. Okay, without further ado, no, just
No, it's this one.
All the surprise is gone.
All right, here we are, another blind. I
count
I don't know why we do
1, 2, 3,
intros
4
anymore.
bourbons.
And these two don't know what the hell we're doing yet. So, but it's at least one single blind for me, double blind for them. Why can't you just follow the rules, Cody? Why are you such?
Have some decorum.
In this land.
Alright, let's do it.
In this land, a boy gets what he earns when he earns it.
No! No! Not for the cameras, Cody.
Those are some thin jeans.
You're so handsy.
It's their
shorts.
shorts.
Shorts. Ooh, you can almost
Chinos.
just feel right up into those.
Yeah.
Feel the dangling.
I could just put my hand up there and feel your Tino.
Alright.
Well, it smells good. It smells
chocolate.
Almost like a darker wild turkey product.
Hot cocoa, in fact.
I get cinnamon and a little funkiness.
Ooh, that does smell good.
Woodsy,
Caramel.
cinnamon.
A little potpourri and like marshmallow.
It's a nice
After that
aroma.
after that last set we did, last
yeah,
time we were over, this is
like,
a major
what?
improvement already.
What does that smell like? It doesn't smell like anything. It's smelling air. Man, I could just smell this all day.
Not too shabby.
I hope this isn't the best and just goes downhill. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
could be. We'll see. Well, Cody's sipping already.
Here
It's
we go.
pretty good.
Smelling like a. Before I start sipping, I'm still smelling like kind of like a something leafy or I dare I say minty, pepperminty.
I don't think you do.
Do you not smell that at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That tastes good too. Kind of tastes. At least I think it tastes similar to the way it smells. Well, the notes, slight burn. That could just be me getting used to it again.
Heavy wood char at the back end. Yeah, hot, but not the heat bombs that we were dealing with last time.
Yeah.
Like it would be heat with no flavor to like catch any of it.
Mostly cinnamon oak and maybe a touch of orange. It's pretty good mouthfeel. Pretty
Char at the
oily.
back end.
I agree with the cinnamon. A good nice sweetness in the aftertaste. Really rub your tongue around. It's like, God, those wood notes are strong. About like halfway through, it just becomes this big blast of oak. Then that dies down, and it like kind of merges with the like high heat, and then the wood kind of dies down. The heat rides out, and then some of the residual sweetness. Yeah.
It's really well balanced. I have to come back to it. There's more flavors going on that I can't pinpoint, but it's all like really well intertwined.
I mean, there's
So
no
as
way
to-
any of these others are as good as that one. So let's just end here.
It's really
Rick set
oily.
the order of these, so if this is the best one, and we have only Rick to blame.
It's true.
It is that drying oakness will, I think, get to me later when I'm trying to like separate them out.
I don't feel like it's drawing to me, but
It's driving my tongue out. Okay. Number 2.
I smell. I might be making this up because I was just like momentary for like 2 seconds. I was thinking of like, oh, these are probably like good ones that Adrian's been saving. What's good? Like, ooh, maybe he For some reason, I know you don't have this, but for some reason my head went to like Coy Hill or something, and it made me smell bananas. So I don't know if there's actually bananas in here.
I was gonna say fruity. It's definitely fruitier, I think.
But whenever you like think
Orange,
of something and then you
orange peel.
smell something,
The
it
second
just,
glass,
like
saying right? Orange.
it just makes you think of that thing, even
Maybe
if you
lime,
didn't
even?
smell it.
I wasn't getting it at first, but I have to take a big whiff, but I get a little bit of that kind of like orange, pulpy, like the white part of an orange, you know? Like not quite the rind, but
yeah,
leading up to it. Why am I smelling ivory soap?
It's definitely not from you, stinky penis.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Cody?
We all have to do a penis cleanliness check when we come into the basement. That's our tradition. I guess I didn't do so well this week.
You got a D.
Getting like grassy too, maybe.
Temporarily shut down for the week.
To me, this smells like walking through a grassy field of orange trees.
I would. I'm with you on the outdoor part. For me, this is a little more woodsy.
Yeah, maybe that's. Maybe I confuse those, but
Like, cause I get decidedly something that's barky. Like, I don't know. It could be like cinnamon, honestly, but like cinnamon bark. But it's a little musty, but still like fairly bright overall. This isn't like. It's a little less interesting than the first one. Doesn't seem to be as deep.
definitely not as dark or deep.
Yeah. All right. Definitely fruitier.
Oh yeah. That hit me more than the first one.
I will tell you guys. I'll tell you guys this. These are about the same proof.
I like how yeah.
Well,
it looks like Adrian's like, yeah, definitely more fruity, and looks like, oh yeah, like the fruits are what's killing him. The fruits, dude.
well, I'm just saying I can beyond the.
Shut up.
Well, definitely get the fruits that we're smelling.
Yeah.
As well,
Is it-
saying Cody.
It's
Quite
opened up.
as oily as the first one, but
Yeah.
still pretty oily.
Definitely not as
Viscous.
yeah, but yes, as the first, and it's opened up smell wise for me after taking a couple sips.
It's almost like a breadiness to it. It's like a fruitcake.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, fruitcake. I like that actually. It's like almost weedy smelling, but I think I smell wheat specifically, but.
What fruits? It's like an orange banana or something. It's not berries.
It's so much sweeter, and it's a little light. If it was any more light, it would be very similar to Dickel. But there's nothing wrong with it. I just compared to the first one, yeah, this is lighter, airier,
This one's
brighter.
a little more drying than the first one to me. It's not as oaky, but it's pretty good on initial taste. I don't think it was as good as the last one, but kind of I said damp in the smell, like a damp oak, but it's kind of like a dry fruit bread, sort of. It's got a little bit of breadiness, not a ton, but then like lighter fruits.
You know
Like
what I would-
along your
I'm gonna-
fruitcake
It's
description.
not tart fruits.
Yeah, it's like maybe like a kind of like preserved fruit.
For me, I know this is a darker fruit, but I would say this actually is reminding me a little bit of Wonder Bread. Like it's got that lightness to it, and I know Wonder Bread has like raisin in it, but which isn't a lighter fruit.
Yeah.
But it has that sort of lightness, fluffiness to it, without being like overly rich.
The only
And-
Wonder Bread I know about is when you buy it at the store, Adrian.
Okay.
Wonder Bread. White bread.
No, the Wonder Bread that you conjure out of a witch's cauldron. Yeah. What do you mean?
You buy slices of white bread. It's Wonder Bread.
Wait, what?
Like bread, like when you buy a bag of bread at the store,
Yeah.
Wonder Bread. Not
What's
raisin.
What's the bread that has
Wonder Bread is.
Doesn't Wonder Bread make a raisin bread?
Maybe.
Am I imagining this? Do you know anything about this, Rick?
Not
Can you
really.
Google it? Like Wonder Bread, raisin bread?
Wonder Bread cinnamon raisin breakfast blend.
Yeah. You guys never had that? That was like
yeah.
all I ever knew of Wonder Bread was that stuff.
Wonder Bread's just
That's what I'm talking about, in case anyone's confused.
Wonder Bread's just like
Which
a little bit
without
like
the cinnamon, though.
top two, just like sliced bread.
Yeah.
That you just buy. So
But
I don't.
when I said raisins, I guess I assumed everyone had Wonder Bread raisin bread, but I guess not. Anyway, so it's like Wonder Bread's kind of a cheap bread, you know, and it's like, so it's not like deep, rich, it's not cakey, and you know, Cody's saying more like orange banana. To me, it's a little bit more like light berry, like maraschino cherry or something, but it could pass as maybe like kind of a cheap thrown together raisin bread. And anyway, sorry for that 25-minute diversion to figure out if I was talking nonsense or not.
That was definitely a little drying to me.
The back end, maybe to Cody's point, the back end of it, it's like the first one, like there's a lot more aftertaste to it. For this one, it's like by the time you get to the aftertaste, it's pretty much just the alcohol vapor, like burning out your tongue and like drying it out.
For the surprise.
Okay, 3.
Number 3.
Here's the one that smells like Crazy Dip.
Trace.
Remember Crazy Dip, Ricky?
Yes, I do.
You figured it out. This is the one I was smelling. It smells like a like blueberry like airhead or something, like something really artificial. Not bad, it's pleasant, but it's like this really artificial tart, like blueberry kind of smell, like a Jolly Rancher or something almost. Like there's more to it than that. There's also like cinnamon and regular bourbon stuff, but the first bit is like this really tart, like blueberry-ish fruit or something,
I'm
like
not
artificial.
getting that at all. Fruitiness, do it, but I don't know. I think the second one smelled fruitier to me than this one.
This is lighter than number 2. Still fruity.
I would say to me it smells heavier than number 2. It smells like it's a mix between 1 and 2, or like it's got a little bit more of the complexity of 1, but it's a little fruitier like 2. Probably not as fruity, not as thin.
Like the more I smell it, the less I get of that. But like if I go back to like 2, it smells like more like a normal bourbon than this one. It's like the very first, like that kind of, I don't know, just like the sour candy kind of smell.
I mean, it's overall sweet, and it's kind of more of a, I guess, confectionery, like honey-like.
One smells a lot darker now, like plum kind of dark fruit.
Now I'm having a hard time smelling anything from number 3.
Yeah.
It's like pleasant, like not usually when you say bourbon's sour, it means it's kind of like bad, like a vinegar or something, but it's like a sweet candy-ish kind of smell or something, but it's not. It's obviously not like overpowering. I still get that kind of candy sour smell in there, but yeah, I don't know. See.
I'm smelling more corn the more I sniff it, but not young, thankfully.
Blueberry and corn and oak.
Corn and oak, sure. I'm trying to see the blueberry. I'm trying. It's not happening right over here.
I'm getting more like sugar and honey, like powdered sugar and honey.
Honey is a definite for me.
Along with the corn and oak. I think I'd say I liked it better than 2.
This kind of reminds me of
It's very close.
Is a strudel, like a toaster strudel.
The blueberry one.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll say it's a strudel with some kind of mystery filling, and Cody will.
It's mysteriously blue colored.
All right, number 4.
Like sesame or something right off the bat. Or like a toasted rye bread. Just up front.
I have sort of like a...
And like honey oak.
Chickpea smell. Very neutral and almost vegetal, but not.
Yeah, this is like the hardest for me to pinpoint so far.
It got progressively... I think it happened, Ringy.
A lot of honey.
I'm getting like honey, rye, cornflake.
Yeah, cornflake.
So it's pretty like deep honey too, not like like a light drizzle, like a heavy dark honey or something.
They just poured that on. Let's see what it tastes like.
It's got a bit of that root taste to me again, but not a lot like other ones. It's like hidden in the background behind the like toasted rye bready kind of
Mm-hmm.
taste or whatever.
Maybe Coca-Cola at the back end.
Yeah, or like maybe a root beer.
Yeah, it's that sarsaparilla.
Maybe a little anise, but not enough to ruin it. Just
Drying,
hanging on the side.
drying me out again a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like, at least to me, this was the most drying.
That's an odd one. Like, all these are pretty good. Even, I think, on initial tasting, 2 and 4 were the maybe worst to me, but I feel like 4 is probably the worst for me because it's got that sweet root taste in it, but I didn't get as much honey on the palate. It's almost like you had that, like I'll just call it sarsaparilla. It's like you had that, but then you had like a rye bread that you toasted really heavily, and then you like scraped off the, like you know, took like a butter knife and flaked off the onto the sarsaparilla. So it's like not really like, ooh, this is really vegetal-y sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's there, but
Well,
it's kind of covered up by
going with that. I think
cola.
this reminds me a lot. This is actually making me think now that it's popped in my mind. Molasses. I had some molasses cookies the other day. And that
Ooh,
reminds
fancy
me.
boy.
And it's like that's somewhere in that realm of Cody's root flavor, sarsaparilla, root beer, anise, and like molasses. You're coming. This one's coming kind of from that world.
It's
All
like a
points
honey
converge.
molasses root beer. It's definitely got a cola factor to it. Yet, I feel like it is maybe one of the more complicated ones here. You know what I mean? Like
I would
can't-
say at least 3 of these I would probably say are fairly complex. Definitely 1 and 4 probably. 3 on a lighter note, and 2 to me was the lightest. But none of these are bad. Yeah, I think we're having a good time here. All right, right to left.
It's hot down here.
No, that's just Rick.
Mm.
All right,
Goodness.
do right to left, and then we gotta head out.
Yeah.
You didn't even look at the restaurant, so it's not time for that.
No.
I just love Indian food. It's so good.
Speaking of good, let's try these bourbons.
You got, yeah.
I get a lot more smell now.
Yeah.
Like burnt caramel, and
I was gonna say definitely caramel.
and the honey is now. You guys were mentioning honey all over the place,
Mhm.
and it wasn't just not jumping out at me. And I think my nose has had a break now.
Like I said, the like toasted rye or possibly sesame seed, like toasted sesame seeds, associate with like an MGP or something. It's really drying. Really drying.
I gotta go with Code on that one.
Dark, charred kind of. It's not charred like oak. It's like a charred.
I don't want to give anything away, but I'll just say that maybe this bourbon's stock price has just gone up. So we'll see where it lands at the end of the day. Let's see what the Dow Jones says.
We'll have to do a character, Ricky being the bourbon broker, and that's how we do our grades at the end. Ricky says this will be is going up plus $1.82 today.
Yep.
Glass number 3. Well, I'm gonna go back to 3.
All right. Let's do it.
Mr. Dictation.
Oh, okay. Because it's always me that's the one that just jumps to the next glass.
Cody smelled every single one of these before we officially began.
Let us not forget.
Trying to pinpoint that.
We'd said everything already.
Was it? It
about
smelled like
4.
blueberry again, Cody?
Not as much this time back around. It smells like oatmeal.
Yeah, kind of porridgey. Like,
Yeah.
like
maybe with some blueberries in it.
yeah,
No.
Huh.
like it's almost unflavored oatmeal, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
throw in. Almost getting like a.
Some kind of fruit.
You ever had like a macadamia cookie?
That's
Kind of
covered
reminds me of that.
blue.
What?
Some kind of fruit you might throw in there. It's like blue colored.
And a berry of some sort.
I am getting a little bit of. Rick's been mentioning the powdered sugar, kind of like a sugar cookie, like if you made sugar cookies with a little tiny extra bit of butter, and you didn't do a whole lot to them, and then maybe you put like just a dusting of the sugar, confectionery sugar on top.
It's like,
So it's like mostly neutral. Yeah, a dash as they say.
It's pretty good. See now, for me, that one's mouthfeel is definitely thicker than the last. pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't had one yet that I thought like, oh man, this is terrible, and I'm unimpressed.
$300 bottles. It's a little oakiness.
Corn, is that the one that said cornflake?
Got a little of that.
I think so.
Look, there's a dog log.
I feel a doggy sniffing me.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
I feel a doggy sniffing me.
You know, so like cornflake, Rick, it's like, you know, it's like that cornflake out of the box that like is more burnt than the others.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what this tastes like to me.
I can...
All right, number two. Number two, we had originally said it was the
fruity, like
it
citrusy.
jumped out at you as being fruitiest, and it's
Dry,
less impactful this time.
dry fruitcake.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like, I don't know, like light colored fruits. Like I could even smell like pineapple or something. But it's definitely, I don't get like berries off of it, you know?
No, I'll still hold out that there's there's a little bit of like maraschino, yeah, like out of a fruit cocktail can. Some
I think
orange
it smells more like Studashino.
What? Studashino?
I don't get it, Cody.
I don't get it, Cody.
A mare.
So like horses.
God.
So take the first syllable and make a pun of horses out of it, and then switch the genders, and that's where we ended up with that joke.
No, that does not deserve a backpack, Cody.
Deserves a front pat.
If it was food related, you know.
I think the flavor is darker than the smell.
2, I would say, is a little more ethanol forward than 3.
You done on all 3, Rick?
Maybe a little swallow.
A little backwash there.
I think 2 is a little bit lacking on the finish for me.
Yeah,
the flavors up front, but
that was like the first thing we said about it. I think
Kinda.
The finish was weak.
Oh,
So while you're A-Bing those, Rick, why don't we start smelling the first glass again?
okay.
Gosh, see, does this not immediately smell more buttery to you?
Oh yeah,
Like
more buttery, more
it's like fatty. It like makes me think of that.
like a coffee cake.
the first thing that I smell, like a maple bacon.
What?
Like a maple bacon. It's that fatty.
Ow.
Maple.
Ow.
Oh,
I
no.
definitely get that. Like you said, that one, whichever that one you said is like maple brown sugar. I get maple on this one big time.
I get brown sugar and maple. But to me, that with the butteriness, it reminds me more of like a butterscotch candy.
But I won't say maple bacon because it's that like fatty, mapley,
It's
brown
fatty,
sugar.
But man, you throw bacon in there, and that just
I created that.
no. So it's fatty, but yeah, throwing meat in there to me just is like off kilter.
I didn't say
Bacon's not meat. Huh?
no.
Okay.
Cinnamony, like Apple Orchard, the mall.
Yeah. One has so much flavor to it. Like the finish on one is just
Let's
great.
see.
The oak, I remember reporting
Oh, man.
like a lot of char on this one the first time I tasted it. I'm not having that issue now. So I do taste a little bit of youth. There's some ethanol-y notes in there.
Ooh, that's my knee, Cody.
Cooper pooper. Ricky
What?
invented the skinny jean short. I can't even get like a finger under his goddamn shorts. Cutting off your circulation,
good.
Ricky.
Rick might be wearing those as a preemptive defense, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if
Can't
that'll
get
stop
his
me.
fingers and hands up there.
Because, like, look, we're 1 hour into the evening and he's already tried.
Oh man, what a delight. Okay.
Oh, it hits us just this amazing sweet spot right in the middle, and then the aftertaste starts and it just carries.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go first. No, I'm just kidding.
1, 3, 2, 4.
Shame.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Just
Mine
tell us.
wa-
You don't have to feel embarrassed. Just tell us.
No.
your
Mine was 1, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. So that We said.
I guess I'm the one that throws the monkey wrench into the
Basically,
operation.
our order is the one that's right.
So these two tie for worst. One.
Way to go,
3.
Ricky.
Yeah, these two tie for worst.
You're
but
welcome,
1,
baby.
2. Okay. So tied for last.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nulu, a Michigan pick, toasted small batch.
Mhm.
Which was that? Was that
That
2?
was 4.
Or 4?
That was
Oh,
yours,
or
mine's
4, yeah.
least
The
favorite.
toasted, yeah.
And that was,
Definitely pick that out.
That one is
That was my
120.6
number
proof. Tied for last. Penelope, barrel strength. Last place there. Which means
The fruity one.
So that one's like the most indistinguishable amongst all of them.
second place
That's why I put last place.
is Smoke Wagon, uncut and unfiltered.
Wow.
And then
Hmm.
the winner is Driftless Glen, single barrel straight bourbon whiskey, 118 proof, 5 years old. I'm guessing Penelope is the youngest.
Yeah,
They
it's
tend to
gonna
be.
4 years.
It's a 4 grain, by the way, the Penelope. I don't think we've ever had. These are all barrel strength craft.
Cody, finish your bourbon.
That one we're a 3.
Adrian, finish your bourbon. Adrian has number 1 the best, and he has it the least.
Well,
Does anybody have any more a 3?
Three was one you kept saying had blueberry in it.
Oh, that's right.
So weird. Like I didn't pick out
We'll
any.
get this straightened out, folks.
I didn't pick out any rye on 3. Did
We're
I?
going to jog our memories here.
They said
No.
we said oatmeal and like blueberry and
Yeah, oatmeal, I remember.
No, rye was only brought up for number 4. That was my memory.
To be fair, I think you liked 1
Mhm.
the most
Mm-hmm.
out of. Well, I don't know how much Rick liked it, but
Mm.
listen. I picked it first. I thought it was probably the best, but 1 and 3 were pretty close to me.
I love you too.
3 was honestly probably more my profile.
Backtracking, somebody here is backtracking.
But 1 was just I really like a thick mouthfeel that feels real rich, and 1 definitely was that.
So Cody and I were actually talking about a lot of these companies the other day. So Rick, just so you know, craft just means they're not a major company. They're smaller, independent. They tend to be newer. Barrel strength obviously means they're higher proof. All of these range 118, 115.2, call it 113 and change. The Nulu is 120.6. So they're barrel strength. So they're basically the same proof that they come out of the barrel. They don't add water to dilute it.
Okay.
Most bourbons, half of those, anything 90 proof is going to have a bunch of water added in so they can make more of it, so it's diluted.
Okay.
And 4 grain means that, you have
Typically, you have
corn.
rye.
Corn is the biggest thing in bourbon. Rye is the biggest thing in rye.
and
And then
barley.
you throw in wheat and barley to get a 4 grain. 4 different types of grain.
It has to have more than 50% rye.
Right.
Okay.
And then a wheat or what they replace the
They replace
barley
the
with
barley
wheat.
with wheat. Yeah, so the wheat becomes like 20% of the mash bill. So it's still
so
not
this
the
one's
majority.
just all
but-
horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That
toasted
makes
means toasted just means that it goes through the regular maturation of like maybe 4 years in a barrel of
Mhm.
toasted or a charred barrel. That's how all bourbon's made. Toasted means that they then move it into a second barrel, which is toasted instead of charred. It's a different way of heating the barrel. It's hard to explain, but they do a different way of heating the inside of the barrel, and that's how they finish it. So that's what
I gotta
toasted
say,
means.
Adrian, charred and toasted seem like the same thing, dude.
They're not.
I think you're just shoving things
No,
up your ass and then
'cause
farting them out.
because char is they use an open flame, and toast is like where you send heat through the wood. generally speaking.
I think that sounds like the same thing.
No, oh, you monster. It's like a flamethrower versus electrical heat. Like, it's different. You put, like a toaster oven, you know, you put toast in a toaster, there's no flame in there. It's just hot pieces of wire.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to flame. Flame broiled burger patty, Cody. That's a fire. That's how you char a barrel. They basically set it on fire.
Shut up!
Ah! Monster.
For the record, and this is just me being retroactively wanting to like Smoke Wagon, but
Clearly.
I smell so much blueberry. Blueberry.
It is tart blueberry sour candy.
Let me see. Does the word blueberry appear at all on that like bottle?
No.
I think this one is more of my typical profile. Although that one is more like impressive, maybe I would say with the the mouthfeel, which is kind of important to me. But I feel like I would drink this one more often, and that one would be like a once in a while kind of like, because it's very dark and it's very rich and thick.
Well,
and this one's more just like
on that.
It's like a stout versus an IPA kind of. You know what I mean? Like God
too hard
damn
to
it!
It's like we've always made the comparison. You and I have had many debates, and it's like a stout, an imperial stout is like a chocolate cake, whereas like an IPA is more like eat
Twix or something.
Yeah, you can eat chocolate cake is like probably better, you know, but like you can only eat so much of it before you're just like exhausted.
But it's MGP, so it's like
What is
this?
What's
it called?
Smoke Wagon?
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
It is.
Smoke Wagon's not MGP.
It is.
You are an idiot.
I know it's me trying to rationalize,
Well,
but
I should have looked that up. I didn't even think because I was trying to keep MGP out of this.
Yeah.
but like,
Damn it, distilled. Son of a bitch.
but it's like it's the most
MGP finds a way every time to get into our video.
But it's the most like impressive of the MGP. You know, like they've sourced it to someone. That's the one that has always been. People haven't talked about it. And the Driftless Glen is the only craft I think I've ever been even slightly at all impressed with, and I'm fairly impressed with it.
Well, what I wanted to say was that
also Penelope is MGP too.
I'm impressed that is it?
Yeah.
God damn it. Distilled in Lawrenceburg. Son of a bitch!
Can we get some?
God damn it. Okay.
Hey,
well,
these are things I wanted to try.
Can we
I don't
get some
care
consistency?
What the theme is, to be frank.
so these are new faces, new places. These are all companies we haven't had before.
Okay.
It's true.
So there you go.
It's true.
We saved
That works. That
What
works.
was the Nulu toasted beer? Nulu, I keep thinking of. What's the one that I just bought? The MGP one. What's that? Somewhere where...
Oh, hey, guess what? MGP.
Which one?
Nulu.
That'd be funny.
Oh yeah.
That'd be funny.
Is this Nulu? Or is this
No.
distilled? Okay, this is the only one that's actually crap.
It was the best one.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. Yes, Ricky. Silver lining and Reach Reynolds
Well,
to the
that's
rescue.
what I was just saying.
Let's
614. Goddamn.
Let's come up with some grades. Is it seriously?
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Jesus Christmas!
We get an extra hour tonight. Doesn't matter.
Do we?
Yeah.
Tonight, sleep
Time falls back tonight.
tonight.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Evil dies tonight. But can we at least see like prices? Because we saw everything else. Or just roundabout.
Okay. This one. Oh, Jesus. Okay. This was like 70, but you had to put shipping on top of it. The Nulu was a lot because it was bought in Michigan. Michigan upcharges, and it's like $120 for that one. This
It's not supposed to normally cost.
which is
that,
last
though,
place,
right?
you know.
It's not supposed to normally cost that though. Right?
No, I don't know what's
Probably supposed to be
MSRP
like
is.
70.
Rick, can you?
We
We gotta revive Ricky from his coma. No, this would have
60.
been
60 or 70.
I'm gonna guess 50.
Nah, I think it's at least 60.
We'll come back to that one. This one,
5-year-old barrel.
I'll have to look it up.
Sure.
$94.
I do.
$66 for Penelope. So you.
This is 64.
We'll say 65 for the Penelope then. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead. All right.
Driftless Glen. $58 plus shipping.
Wow, sounds like you overspent.
Ugh. Well, not on that one I didn't. That one won.
What'd
And it
you
was the
spend on
cheapest. Well, 58 plus shipping.
You
So,
don't
like,
know that.
It's like I just looked it up.
What'd you? You don't know what you spent when you bought it.
I just looked at the receipt.
How about the receipt?
I just looked at it.
Receipt?
God damn it!
Cody, I saw
It's
Cody.
$58, Cody, plus shipping, and shipping will be $20 or something. Whatever.
Well, that's okay. Why did we even
$20.
look this up? Because
Man, they're really-
by your grading system, we can't take price into account.
I looked up because you wanted to look them up. You were the one who wanted to look up the prices. I
If
didn't
it's-
say anything about the prices.
If
But
we
you
think
start
it's
asking,
pretty good, but it costs $800,
it
we're still
doesn't
gonna
cost
get an
$800.
A.
It has.
That's a value.
It's
Fucking value.
It's
God damn it, Ricky.
$58.
This grading scales by penis and balls. That's it. Demonetized.
It's $58. I could have driven there and not
No.
paid shipping, but it's the
Don't
cheapest
do it,
one.
Cody.
It's the cheapest one, and it won on top of that.
Mhm. That,
Well, that doesn't count. We can't put that into it.
I'm not putting the price into it.
I am.
Hold on, Cody.
I've
Why are we
changed this
yelling?
grading
No,
system.
no. That shows you the miracle of life when it comes to bourbons. How
Go on.
a small upstart company can be
Using their
cheap.
own distillate.
But
I was really hoping
If they
for
use the
something
right
profound, and
ingredients-
Ricky touched me on the shoulder.
if they
but-
use the right ingredients, they
I
use the
was
right
let
scent
down
profiles, the
somewhat.
right flavors, they can beat anybody.
Exactly, Ricky. That's the underdog can do it if you
Yeah.
just believe. You know,
And we've
stick
proved
to
that
your
tonight.
guns. MGP lost 3 times to an upstart, but special accommodations to
That's why I
Smoke
say
Wagon.
MGP.
And this is like basically the best thing Smoke Wagon has, I think. So
Mhm.
it's good, but I mean,
With lots of blueberries.
lots of imaginary blueberries. And Penelope wasn't as bad as I expected
Cody,
it to
you
be.
crazy fool.
I was expecting the worst from, honestly. And Nulu, I thought would be a little bit better for the price. It definitely doesn't justify the price. All right, cool.
Hold
And
on.
then- wait, hold on. We didn't do the third one. We didn't do the fourth one.
Okay, Penelope, whatever.
1776,
Penelope.
our founding fathers took on the British.
I give it like a B plus.
And one man,
Plus. It was kind
George
of forgettable,
Washington.
honestly,
Yeah.
but it was enjoyable nonetheless.
And this one was the one that
George
said was
Washington ran a
initially it was
whiskey
the fruit-
distillery. No, people know about that about him.
He made his own beer too. We have the recipe of George Washington.
It is
beer.
ingrained in our
It's not
culture.
very good.
Is it a porter?
It's a porter.
Yeah, I
I
just
think it's like a
watched.
farmhouse, but
Yeah, I just watched. It was like Irish people react to 5 presidents' favorite drinks,
wow.
and George Washington's was
Deep
a
cut.
porter. Apparently, his favorite drink was a porter. Guess that was an old style beer.
Porters were. They were like the only dark beer that just made it to the New World before everything happened.
It's my rating.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. We'll figure it out in the editing.
Penis
Post-production
handshake.
falls to me.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
Cody touched my penis.
Oh, no consent.
Get
Demonetized.
your hands off my penis.
Lawsuit pending.
I see you know your judo well.
You're right there.
Enjoying, what does he say?
Is
A delectable Chinese meal? What does he say?
this the crime? Is this what you're charging me? Eating a meal, a delectable Chinese meal,
Is it a succulent Chinese?
succulent Chinese meal.
Took me all this time to figure
Gotta
out what
watch
you guys
that
are
when we
talking
get
about.
home. I think you wasted all your f***ing money.
Wow.
All these
Whoa.
$250 bourbons.
Wow. Oh,
I'm gonna take the
Okay.
lid off and I'm gonna put my little pee down into the bottle because it'll
Make
fit,
it better.
and then piss in it.
You know, I had a dream, Ricky, that
Cheers.
you. Last night, my dream was that you became this like incredibly wealthy because you opened up a fashion line.
Ooh.
For some
Was
reason,
it-
like I found out, like people are like,
Go
"Oh, yeah,
hit
you know who owns-"
Powerball, baby.
Was it
You know,
like
Rick owns that, right?
Was
That
it-
brand. Like what? And
was
he
it-
owns that cologne too. What? And, like somehow you just like secretly, without telling us, like had this like
That's
you
right,
made this
honey.
weird investment and became like the owner of some company.
was it like a
So
neo-futuristic like sunglasses with bars and like the you know in like 80s things where it's like Brazil or something where they like not Brazil but like this cyberpunky, like stupid, like
No.
what we think the future is clothing line.
It was like Gucci stuff. It was very, very like now Armani, and it was just like somehow Rick was involved with that crap. And just, like, just had all this money, and you were very
In an
soon you
alternate
started showing-
universe,
Yeah.
I'm a
And he had
wealthy.
it this whole time.
Our
He was
dreams-
just too much of a. He made you drive every time. We figure out when we're like 60s that he's been a
The
billionaire.
Scrooge billionaire.
Our dreams are gateways to the multiverse. In some universe out there, I'm a wealthy, rich, gay fashion designer.
Well, you need
And
the wealthy and
cologne.
rich part.
Yeah, I said. But not if you ain't bad.
Wow! Can't believe it. I'm not the one being grabby over here. That's this dude. This dude's the grabby one.
Well, I've always said, Ricky, like, you know, Cody's not gay at all, but he would sleep with you to prove that you were gay. So
Is
that
that
kinda-
how that works? I can get
You don't
with
get that on Raisin Bran Crunch, so I wouldn't know.
Wow, it's such a well-made candy that, or like cereal that's, you know, consistent, master crafted. You don't have those kind of quality of control problems. You know?
6 scoops of raisins in every bag.
Cody, what if I could land us Raisin Bran Crunch as a sponsor?
Wouldn't that be something?
Would you never say a bad word about me as long as you lived?
3 boxes of Raisin Bran Crunch.
Maybe we go for
For
5
each
guys instead. Rough times.
Okay.
Adrian was like, this one's definitely way more fruit. And Rick's like, oh yeah, fruit.
I do.
Love you. I love you.